Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Saturday, December 14th, 2024. So, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And how did you find said crossword?
Well, I found it rather difficult.
Okay, more or less difficult than yesterday's?
Oh, much more difficult for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But,
Funny how that works.
well, it was. But again, got the bottom right corner. You know, that kind of came together pretty quickly once I got down there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just worked my way up.
Ah, okay.
Had a ton of problems on the upper left corner.
Oh.
I should say I was at the lower right corner and worked my way up to the upper left corner. And I found that extremely hard. So, but I got it.
Okay.
But yeah, it took me a little over an hour, which is more than it usually takes me on a Saturday. But oftentimes on Saturday I give up because I can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
But this one I was able to get through it.
Well, this took me about an hour and 9 minutes, and which was 35 minutes less than it took me on Friday. Friday for me was a bit of a quagmire, but today's was, I thought, pretty decent. As usual, if you know a word or two, where in the top left were you having problems?
Well, I couldn't figure out one down or two down. One down being a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. It turned out to be sesame.
That was very cute.
Yes.
I certainly didn't figure that out from first principles.
And I think, they're referring to an everything bagel.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then number two, I did not know. Two down. New Hampshire school was Exeter.
Yes.
I did not know that. I did get the RC Cola, which was three down, soft drink since 1905. I had the LA. For some reason, I had the LA. So I thought, it's a cola. And then there were two letters in front of cola. And I thought, RC Cola, it has to be. Because it's, I remember that from when I was a little girl. But anyway, and then four down, feeling overworked without was burnt out, which is very obvious probably to many people, but not to me. So
because you wanted to spell it B-U-R-N-E-D?
No, I couldn't. I just couldn't think of anything that would be overworked. I would thought, well, taxed, I just could not think of that phrase, burnt out.
Perhaps that's because you were burned out. Perhaps.
And then 13 across, cutesy expression borrowed from the French. I had the moi, M-O-I at the end, but I had no idea what was coming before that. So it was excusez.
Excusez-moi.
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 I mean, excuse me.
I know what it means.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes, but I had no idea what it was, and I had no idea how to spell it. And so there were just too many unknowns in that little corner. But eventually I sussed them out.
Mm-hmm. See, I had enough letters going. I had actually written excuses-moi. I had that, the right after excuse, there should have been a Z there. But I had an S, and eventually I realized that wasn't going to work. And six down, they really take, what is that? They really take a toll nowadays. And I'm like, okay, it's got to be something electronic.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of like transponder, because I think, but it was Easy Pass.
Right.
Easy Pass tags.
It was funny. I had the E and the pass tags. And so then I went through the alphabet to try to figure out what there was. Is it ET tags? Is it ES tags? It's ER tags. Turned out it was EZ tags, so.
Or EZ tags.
Easy pass tags.
Well, for the excuse, I kept thinking about Steve Martin and his routine, excuse me. And so I had at one point I was thinking it was going to be EXCUSEE, moi, which made even less sense. But I got burnt right away. And because one across was the 20th century Peter the Liberator for one, I thought, all right, it's probably, at first I thought it was going to be a czar.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think of the czars as being liberators, though, really.
Mm-hmm.
But when I had it ending with B, I thought the only 4-letter word I know that might make sense would be Serb.
Oh,
You're
good, because I couldn't think of anything.
Well, originally I was going to put down Slav. I'm just guessing at 4-letter words at this point.
Slab. Peter was a slab?
And then it was going to become, well, I don't know, it's sort of Slavic.
Oh, Slav. Slav, not, I thought you said slab, like slab of meat.
Well, yeah, Peter the Slab. Actually, he was a very messy eater. It was Peter the Slob.
Slob.
I'm the slob. I'm the slobby Serb. I don't know. 5 across was a gimme for me. The electric Nissan model, the Leaf.
Oh, huh.
Did you get that?
No.
Oh, okay.
But eventually I got it from the Downs. But,
Right.
But yeah.
I had a lot of trouble with 7 down. Doja Cat's first name, for which her debut album is named, Amala.
Yes.
And I wasn't sure what to do with that last letter because that ran into 24 across. Group, abbreviation for group, whose first letter is now outdated. And I'm like, okay, CIA, maybe they're no longer the Central Intelligence Agency. And then I thought maybe it was USSR, but they lost the U, so it's just going to be SSR. Then I thought maybe the NSA isn't just now. I was just coming up with all these things. It was the BSA,
right.
Boy Scouts of America.
Yep.
Do they still call themselves the BSA?
I think so.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they do let girls be members, but I think they are still referred to as the Boy Scouts.
I think they should change their name to the PSA, the People Scouts of America, because it wouldn't be too hard to change a B into a P. You just have to do a little bit of painting.
Yep.
And that B ran into what for me was a major, major struggle. 24 down. Midwest city named in an attempt to attract German settlers. BISMARCKND.
Right.
Whenever they put the state name in there, I'm doomed. Because I had ND, I had something D, and I wasn't sure, 43 across. Arabic for greater is Akbar. Uh-huh. And I thought it was Akbar, but I had no idea how to spell it. And it turned out it was AKBAR. I was like, is it ACBAR? Maybe it's AHBAR, and they just pronounce it as Akbar. Mm-hmm. I was having all sorts of trouble with that.
Uh-huh.
Did you get that right away?
I didn't get it right away. I got Akbar, and I knew it was a K.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
But then, and eventually I got Bismarck, but I put it in South Dakota.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Crazy. So then 48 across, what might come up organically, I had as songmo crop. Like, what's a songmo crop?
It's something you sing to when you're harvesting it.
Once I figured out, wait a minute, it's in North Dakota. Then that turned out to be the non-GMO crop.
Yes.
Which makes a lot more sense.
I found that.
But yeah, I got that. It didn't take me too long. It just, I made that dumb mistake.
Well, I did get
Dakota.
The one right beneath that, 51 across, laundry room leftover was dryer sheet.
Yep.
But I wanted to spell it with an I. Is there any reason why I should spell it with an I?
No.
Okay.
Dryer is a noun. You don't change nouns when you know.
Is there a word DRIER?
Well, yeah. That's like...
You're drier than somebody else.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. And then that what had to be a Y, not an I, ran into 40 down country singer Tucker, Tanya Tucker.
Tanya Tucker.
And I wanted to spell that with an I.
That's Tanya Tucker?
Tanya Tucker. Wasn't there like a skater who was involved in some controversy?
Yes, Tanya. No, what was her name? Tanya. Her name was Tanya.
How'd she spell it?
Tonya.
Ah, so close.
I went to school with a girl named Tanya.
We had 29 across. Brainwave amplifying headpiece worn by Marvel's Professor X, Cerebro.
Yes. I couldn't remember what they called that, but I got the bro, and I'm like, oh, it's like cranium bro or something. But yeah, it's Cerebro.
I guess I don't even really remember that, because when I've seen Professor X, that would be Jean-Luc Picard.
Yes.
Or
That's how I picture him.
as he's sometimes known, Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
I don't remember him wearing anything on his head. I mean, he was pretty...
He had something like in the back.
That was just his mic.
Well, it was, he didn't wear it all the time. But, when he went into that room, that big room, I think he had that on.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I don't quite remember the plot, but I remember he'd go out like on this platform into this big room, and then he could like envision things that had happened. Yep. And then
sort of like
that other people who were in there could see his brain ideas.
Wow. Sort of like the holodeck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to merge series there. And then that C of Cerebro also gave us 29 down. Electric vehicles need car charger.
That's right.
That was pretty easy for me.
I bet.
Being an owner of an electric vehicle, I thought, what else does it need? Air? So
I got the charger part, but then I thought, well, do they call that a certain kind of charger? But just a car charger.
They had a couple of great clues in the middle of the grid. 32 across, subject of United States v. Windsor 2013. I'm like, I thought it was referring to, Queen Elizabeth and the House of Windsor. It's like, what are they suing Britain for? But it was gay marriage.
That's right.
Did you know that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought I had the AY, and I thought, it has something to do with pay, like pay inequity or something, but no.
That would make sense.
Gay marriage makes a lot of sense too, because that's 2013. That's, when gay marriage was
became legal.
Yeah.
Is that what that? So
I didn't think it was the name was Windsor that made gay marriage legal, but maybe it was.
That wasn't the cake person, was it?
No.
Okay.
That was denying service to gay couples.
Right. Not well, but it was to make a cake so they could get married. So I just.
Well, you don't need a cake to get married.
You don't?
Nope.
Well, yeah. Justice of the peace, ring, cake. I'm pretty sure those are the requirements. We had 32 down. Tea supplier was Gossiper.
Yeah, that was great.
That had me thrown for a loop. I was sure. I was like, okay, what countries produce tea? And the only thing I could think of was India and China, and I needed a lot more letters, 8 to be precise.
I like 34 across. What was it?
Service providers.
Pastors.
Yes, that was cute. And then 34 down, uprights, e.g., was pianos.
Right. Yeah.
I was thinking of, okay, they're the posts, the goal posts, those are the uprights, right? And so I was trying to get posts to work there, but it did not.
Yeah, no, I knew that one right away.
52 across, dear blank, the answer was dear sirs.
Yeah.
It took me a while.
Oh.
It didn't leap to mind.
You must not have taken office practice when you were in high school.
Well, also, I wasn't wearing my Cerebro. If I had my Cerebro on, I'd be good.
Yeah. I liked also 47 down, lead character in Stranger Things. Yes.
Yes. I was like, okay, it's 11. I'm trying to remember. I couldn't even remember the name of the characters. All I could remember was there was 11.
And Mike.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Mike. Yeah. So.
But with 46 across wrong, I immediately put down nope, which was correct. So I had it starting with an E, and I'm like, who starts with an E?
Right.
And I was trying to remember the name of the alien. I didn't do too well at all.
S. It was just S.
It was just S. E-S-S. Very
Right.
clever. Let's see if there's anything else here.
38 down. Leave La La Land. Snap 2.
Yes.
That took me a while. I had awaken because I had an A there. Awaken, but that didn't work. And then I tried to get rise up, but that didn't work. But snap 2.
See, I knew it had to start with an S because 36 across, boy band whose members included Suga, Jimin, and Jungkook was BTS.
Yes.
It's the one band I know, the one boy band I know. So if they ever switch to another boy band, I'm going to be in trouble.
I also like 21 down. Rare and then some. Tartar.
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it should end in an E. I was going to go for tartars.
No.
But it was just tartar.
Tartar.
9 down, bug was tap, which I needed because 16 across, prefix meaning other was hello.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I thought that's how you said hello to someone in Britain. Hello.
Hello.
But actually what they're really saying to people on the phone is other, which makes no sense. I don't know if we have any British folk listening, but if so, drop us a line and explain. Hello. All right. I think that's probably it for today. So, at least as far as the crossword is concerned, but we have a couple of other activities.
Okay.
Let's start with the Jam Katwa, the Gene and Mike Crossword of the Week Award, where we go back through the crosswords of the week and pick out what we deem to be the very best.
Yep.
And this week, we didn't have to go too far.
No, but it was a tough call.
It was. There were some excellent crosswords this week.
There were.
But
Lots of fun.
We got as far as Monday.
Monday, December 9th. A debut crossword by Elliot Carroll. And the theme, I think, is what made us choose it. Because the theme was just really funny and clever. There were 3 themed clues, and they all began with words that had AL at the beginning of the words. 20 across was Alabama Slammer, 34 across was aluminum foil, and 41 across was Albert Brooks. And then the revealer was 55 across, 1986 hit song for Paul Simon, or an instruction from the starts of the theme clues, and that was, "You can call me Al."
Right. Because of course, all 3 of those, Alabama abbreviates to Al. Aluminum is the element, and Albert is presumably calling themselves Al. So.
Right, yes. But there were a lot of other interesting and fun clues in this Monday puzzle, which you don't always get on a Monday. Sometimes those are a little more mainstream, but they had words like 63 across, $100 in slang, hundo, and they had the language of Iran. A 9 across was Farsi.
Right.
So, a few challenging questions, and it actually took me quite a while to get this one done. But it was a very satisfying solve.
I agree. And so congrats to Elliot.
Yes.
And if you feel so inclined, drop us a line, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. And we will have some lovely Northeast Wisconsin swag making its way towards you in no time.
Well, maybe in a little time. It's sort of busy around here, and the mail is slowing down.
Right.
Of the holiday rush. But
I thought it was slowing down because of the snow.
Well, that too. But we'll get it to you.
Yes.
Don't worry.
So again, drop us a line, and we'll get those. We'll get the machinery in motion.
We'll have a certificate, some swag, and a Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword T-shirt.
Yes.
Be sure to send us your size.
Very rare. Very rare in these
rare.
or any parts. All right. Well, a couple of other things. First of all, we have a couple of pieces of listener mail.
Okay.
So the first is actually fan mail. And it says, "A tidbit for Fun Fact Friday. Roman de Tirtov was a Russian-born French artist. He derived his nom d'art, Erte, from his initials RT, which in French is pronounced like Erte." And that was Gregory Ross.
Thank you, Gregory.
Yep. Thank you, Gregory.
We know.
Yep.
Erte.
Erte. And so we know how to pronounce it.
That's funny, because when I learned about that, my professor called him Ert.
Really?
Yes. So
Can you write to them?
I should probably say, "Hey, it's Erte."
That's right.
Okay. What's the other one?
At least you got to hear them talking about Erte, even if they weren't pronouncing it properly.
That's true. And I do like Erte's designs. He was a very, very clever designer.
Second bit of email is from Jared, and it's quick question from a big fan. "Hello, I'm a big fan of your podcast. I'm a new convert to crosswords, just started a couple of months ago. Excellent. And I'm still learning the ropes.
Very good.
Quick question. As two crossword experts, well, okay, you're the crossword expert.
I am.
I am the crossword non-expert. Do you use the check word feature? Also, when it's an obscure trivia clue, do you allow yourself to Google it if you're stuck? I do both of these a little bit and wanted to see if this is normal. Thank you so much for your insights, Jared.
Oh,
great questions.
Yes. And I would say yes and yes. I do that when I am stuck. I don't do the check much anymore because then that affects your streak.
Right.
But when I was first starting with crosswords, yes, I would almost always have to have at least one check, because I couldn't solve it otherwise. So, but the more you do it, the less likely you'll need it. So yeah, that's fine. That's an okay thing. And then Googling, I think almost everybody Googles a crossword clue now and then. So,
and I think for people who don't live in the United States who are trying to do the New York Times crossword, for them it's just impossible.
It would be
right.
very
They're asking about obscure American universities like Exeter.
Yes.
And there's just no way that they're going to know it. And so they routinely do it because they like solving the crossword as much as they can, but they realize because of there's a lot of trivia there that they just won't have the background for.
Yep.
Now, if you do the crosswords enough and you've got a good memory, a lot of these things repeat.
They do.
And so you for instance, the first 8 times that you see Yale, you might not know it's Yale, but by the 9th time it'll probably sink in.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But every now and then they'll throw you a curve, and if you can't get it through the crosses, you're doomed. There's a really great conversation that the former editor of the New York Times, Will Shortz, he was interviewed, and someone asked him, my wife and I have had this argument many times, and I'm sure you've been asked many times, is it quote unquote cheating to consult the dictionary or other reference sources when stumped by a crossword puzzle clue? And the answer from Will was, I've heard lots of different views in this matter. Some solvers consider any sort of help as cheating. Some think it's okay to ask a spouse for help and not to look in a book. Others allow themselves up to 3 searches on Google. I personally don't care. In answer to this question, I always quote Will Wang, one of my predecessors at the Times. It's your puzzle. Solve it any way you want. I think that's the best answer.
That's very good advice.
Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And we are delighted to have you as a listener. We're glad you're enjoying the podcast, and just keep those emails coming. And for anyone else who wants to send us email, you can do that at the same address, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com, or click on the send fan mail link. A reminder that this Tuesday is going to be our next Triplet Tuesday contest. So you'll want to get ready for that. Start practicing. Start learning all the 3-letter words you can in preparation. Go back through our Tuesday.
And their clues.
That's right. Go back through our Tuesday episodes where we do the Triplet Tuesday segment. Although we try not to repeat. Technically speaking, there are 26 cubed different possible 3-letter words.
There are many, many thousand.
Yes, that would be a very large number, but I don't think we've repeated.
I don't know. I hope not.
So anyway, that's coming up Tuesday, so you'll want to check that out. And that is it for today. So thanks everyone for listening.
Yep.
We'll be back again with our cutting edge analysis of Sunday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.